Hello, women of the channel. I'm Jacquie Rives, your community leader, and welcome to another Woman of the Week. This week, I have the pleasure of introducing you to Alanna April, Women of the Channel Program Manager with the Channel Company. So excited to have Alanna here today. Hi, Alanna.
Hey, so excited to be here.
Yes, I'm so excited for our community to get to know you better. So let's kind of dive into those intro questions. So, what is something about your day to day life that brings you a lot of joy right now?
I would have to say my mornings. They do start pretty early to get a workout in, journal, and then it's the time I get to spend with my daughter, playing and having breakfast and seeing her react to new foods since she's so little.
Well, I definitely can see how that brings you joy. 100%. All right. Well, let's do one more. How about an outside of work? What is something you genuinely love to spend your time doing?
I would have to, it kind of relates to the first one. I do love to be active and be outdoors. So anytime I get out for fresh air, hiking, running, anything of that sort is what I love to do.
Awesome. All right. Well, let's dive more into your professional world. So let's start with when have you, if ever, but I'm assuming you have, questioned your abilities and what practical steps helped you move through that moment?
Yes, this is a big one for me. Throughout my whole life, I've questioned everything that I've done. I
I
have
think we all do.
that type A personality of like, am I actually doing this properly? Am I not missing a step? So I'm usually very hard on myself. I doubt things a lot, even though I know, even when I know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. I think we all do it where we take a step back and you're like, am I qualified? And you're like, yes, I've been doing this for years. No matter how many events or whatever that we do, we still take a step back and second guess. I think the biggest thing for me is that step back, taking a breath and being like, okay, why am I here? What steps have I taken to get to this point? And obviously, I have a strong ground at that point to be able to move forward, to be like, okay, yes, maybe I don't know how to do this exact task, but it's like something I've done before. So just kind of taking a step back and just really analyzing what needs to happen and have I done something similar before. Um, that's really what I end up doing, and then I still second guess if I'm doing it the correct way, and usually it gets done. So it helps to build the confidence down the road.
Yeah, I like how you said that you kind of take a step back because I know for me, when I'm kind of like stressed or, I'm in that moment of like, what am I doing? How am I qualified to do this? Like, that's kind of a panic and first response. So, just the fact that you will stop, take a moment, and really analyze it, that's great advice for all to hear for sure. So, what are some practices that help you protect your calendar and attention for high impact work?
I think my biggest thing is blocking my calendar. If I have a task, it's possible we're going to have 17 other meetings happening that day. And if I have a task that I need to get done, it's really putting that block on my calendar, not only for the time to do it, but to remember to do it. Because I know that our lists after meeting, your to do list just keeps increasing and increasing. So if you don't set that time aside, you don't get to do it, like those tasks. And then you forget, you sign off for the day, and then you wake up in the middle of the night going, oh no, I forgot to do something today. I need to go do it. But I think it's really just setting a time aside the time and making sure that you actually get it done. And that high impact work usually is putting your heads down and really putting yourself on do not disturb so those pings don't even come in to kind of sidetrack you.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yes, because the pings can be very distracting. And thank you for confirming that I'm not the only one that wakes up in the middle of the night and is like, oh, I need to do XYZ, 1, 2, 3. I've been known to email myself in the middle of the night. I try not to do that often.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely a common practice that you wake up in the middle of the night and you're just like, I can't sleep. So what else am I going to think about? Oh, the things I forgot to do.
Well, with that in mind, how do you, design your like sustainable work life boundaries? Like, what helps you maintain those during the peak periods? Like, we're getting ready for an event, and things get a little bit crazy. Like, how do you design your calendar to make that work for you?
I think it's setting aside time or having these strict times where you either start or stop work. But those are also a little bit more fluid than you would think. Like on a non event peak time, you have those times. Okay, this could really wait till tomorrow. I need to go pick up so and so, or I need to go and make sure dinner's on the table, that kind of stuff. I think my biggest thing is like it goes back to my mornings. My mornings are my family time. It's the time I get the most time I get with my husband and daughter during the day. And then once 5 p.m. rolls around, she's ready for bed, that kind of thing. So knowing that, like, I stop, I do the things I need to do with my family. And then if something else is more urgent that needs to happen throughout that day is maybe coming on a little bit later. It's that flexibility, I think, the ebb and flow of the year is okay, we're a week away from an event. It's going to be longer hours that day or that week. It's making sure that things are done. You're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, making sure everything's good, but also like your family still is a part of that. So I really think it's setting those boundaries. I've been in a role in the past that I've worked over 40, maybe over 50 hours a week sometimes, where you're like, okay, it's not sustainable. Burnout's going to happen. And it's just making sure that you don't burn out, because then it's not conducive for anyone, for your family, for work, because you can't focus at that point because the energy is not there. So, as much as it's hard to say no to something sometimes you have to make sure that you don't overextend yourself and not be able to actually accomplish the things that you really need to.
Yeah, those are all great points. One more that I would add, and it's more of a compliment to you, and that's something that you've done for me before, which I found to be so refreshing. And that's like looking out for your team, like you've pinged me and said, "Is there anything I could do to help you get off on time today?" Which I think is awesome, and it's just a good reminder that even checking in with our team and making sure everybody's good and they're not overwhelmed, and if there's anything we could do to help, or perhaps it's just a reminder that maybe that thing can wait till tomorrow.
Yeah, it's all about teamwork too. If you have a team
Yeah.
and someone's working longer hours and you have 5 more minutes to spare, hey, is there anything I can really help you with? Because it's not good for one of your team members to take a whole bunch on by themselves. And if you can help in any way to make sure that the team doesn't burn out, because at the end, if your teammate burns out, more is going to end up on your plate anyways.
That's a good point too.
You just need to make sure everyone's healthy and is in a good frame of mind and not stressed. So
Just one of the very many things that I love about you, Alana. Before we sign off, I'm going to give us a closing question. Do you have one book or podcast that you would recommend right now?
I would have to say Let Them by Mel Robbins. I am currently in the middle of it. I've been reading it for a long time. Takes me
That's
a little
okay, no
longer,
judgment.
but it's definitely a great one to know that like you can only control what you can control and not other people. So it's been really good, as that type A people pleaser in me is learning that you can't always please everyone. Um,
Yeah, I
even
was going to
yourself.
recommend definitely finish it. I read that last year and it's perfect for that type A personality. I learned a lot from it and took a lot of takeaways from it.
Yeah.
Alana, it was an absolute joy for me to get to talk to you and highlight you as our Woman of the Week, just so our community members, who many have met you already, just get to know you a little bit better. So thank you so much for trusting me and doing this interview with me today.
Thanks for having me.
All right, community members, as always, please give Alana your high fives. If you have any insights to share, please do comment below. And if you've got a book or a podcast to share, we're all ears. So until next time, have an amazing week.